Yo, old lady Kelsey, when the hell are you going to leave my brother? You're old as a rock now and still haven't given him any kids. Do you understand that you're the one holding my brother back from being a real man? I don't like to see him hanging on to such spoiled trash, so please either give him some kids, which might be impossible for you, or get lost. Heidi, again with all of this, I told you this before. The two of us are not going to get a divorce. And when it comes to having kids, the way you talk about it is rude. I'm very sure that if things like having kids or not were a big deal to him, he would have made that a lot clearer to me before we'd gotten married. I feel so bad for my brother, though. He had to marry someone as defective as you. If he'd just gone with someone half his age, he would be better off and happy. But all he has now is a grandma that doesn't do anything besides work all day. Hey, do you not realize how rude you're being to me? I know you've been against me for a while, but we're both adults here and should keep to ourselves if we don't want anything to do with the other rather than start something. And by the way, when it comes to having kids, the one who you should be having a problem with isn't me, but rather your older brother. We've told everyone in the family now that we are still going through infertility treatments, right? Is that how you're going to pass off your problems? There's no way that my brother has problems making kids. It's always been the woman that has the issues, right? And I'm sure that this is all due to you being old and worn out now. That is not the problem here, though. I get that you don't want to accept reality because you're so in love with your brother, but being this rude and aggressive towards me needs to end. Huh? And don't say that kind of nasty stuff. What does me loving my brother have to do with you being a defect? I'm not having problems accepting reality either. You're not? Because right now it seems like you've made a world of your own to escape the truth of this world. I feel that you're getting the wrong idea here, so I'll tell you straight. Even though you're married to my brother, you'll always be an outsider. I never thought of you as my family, and I never will. So stop trying to act like you're so close to me when you aren't. All right, I get that. But I am still married to your brother, and he and I are family and plan to grow it. So I'd rather you not talk bad about us and be nice. Huh? Shut up. You're gross. Are you saying all of this because you're that old? I'm sorry, but you're never going to have a family with my brother. You call me old and all that, but I'm still in my early 30s. I don't think this is the correct age for you to be calling me a grandma or anything close to that. Well, I'm in my early 20s. And to me, a woman that's only just gotten married in her 30s is garbage, right? How the hell did you even get my brother to start liking you? When he saw that I was working very hard in my career, he fell in love with me and told me just that. Of course, I did spend a lot of my younger years working, but now that I have him in my life, I'm a very happy woman. And of course you are. Who wouldn't be happy being married to my brother? But the fact that you got to marry him without ever getting my permission first? The only reason you're upset is because you've somehow chosen to hate me. Even your parents like me more than you do. But you are the only one in the family that seems to have something out for me. I remember when your brother had first brought me over saying I was his girlfriend. You were so cold to me and never spoke a word to me. So you're going to blame me for hating you because you don't understand your own problems? If you were an actual decent woman, I'd be all right with you. Well, it doesn't matter what you go on about anyway, as I don't have the attention span to listen to an old hag. Is that so? All right then. I've always been aware of you hating me, but recently you've really gone and made it clear to me. Is this all because I'm married to your brother now? Huh? And that has nothing to do with this. I guess I just feel that after I get married, you're only going to get worse around me, acting like you know everything. So that's why right now I'm trying to prevent you from being a pain in my butt. I knew it. I am not trying to do anything bad over here. I just wanted to be married to your brother and start a wonderful family with him. So you really don't have to worry about me heckling you all the time because I have my family to focus on. You talking like you're my older sister is really freaking annoying. The only person that I see as my sibling is my brother. I'll never accept you as my sister-in-law, okay? I know that already. If you keep saying that over and over to me, you're really going to piss me off, so please stop. Well, that's what I want to happen, actually. Awesome, I'm finally starting to dig deeper into you. Well, if you're getting annoyed with me, don't you think it's a good time to leave my brother? You hate having a little sister like me, right? I'm not getting a divorce over something like that. I guess no matter what I tell you, it's useless. Well, go ahead and do as you please.
Good work today, Kelsey. As for the next meeting that's been planned for everyone within the company, we are going to move forward with what's on the schedule. If you have anything to say about it, please let me know.
All right, thank you. I think continuing things the way they are is okay. And this time, your cousin will be there as well, right? So please don't feel as though you need to ask me before going ahead with the plans.
Thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope that this will really improve everyone within the company.
Right now I'm having a look at everyone coming to the meeting. This Fred Sanders is your cousin, correct? I need to make sure to go greet him myself.
And that would make myself and Fred very happy. Fred respects you very much, and that's why he would really like to work a long time within your company.
No, that's great to hear and all, but he has to bring the right tools to the table and show me that he's willing to work.
Of course! But you said it yourself that you're wanting to take some time and be back home with your family, correct? Back when you drank a bit at that party.
Well, that's the truth, actually. But for the time being, it'll be a distant hope of mine. Just know that I'm not going to be stepping down from my position.
That's great to hear. I know it's a troubling task to have to balance both work and home. And I'm still wondering if you've become more distant from your sister-in-law. I heard that things between you two have been rough.
Well, about that. She's planning to get married soon. But if I were to come to her wedding, she'd definitely cut ties with me. Well, her parents and my husband don't really mind that happening, though, and actually I think it'd be a good thing for us.
Huh? She's getting married now? I never thought someone with her personality would ever be able to land a man willing to tie the knot with her.
Actually, I was thinking the same thing. Crazy that there's someone in this world that actually likes her back. When she introduced him to the family, she spoke to me with such a terrible tone. But somehow that didn't seem to faze him at all.
That's wild. But the fact that he's willing to marry her is a great thing, and I'm thankful for that. She'll finally have something to keep her busy, like making a family with him. And that'll be the perfect time for you both to cut ties.
Right? And now that we're talking about it, there's something funny I've noticed. Regarding the people on this list, there's someone here that has the same name as her fiancé.
What? Are you sure? There's no way that could be a coincidence, right? Who is it?
A man by the name of Josh Flesher? I'm sure that it's just someone who happens to have the same name.
No, I think there's a real chance he is her fiancé. What will you do? If he is the real man.
Well, if that's actually the case, then I'll have a good laugh at first.
Well, it would be pretty funny if he's actually going to be marrying her. I want to believe it. Their relationship being in close proximity to you would really be a game changer.
Sure would be. Well, I'll let you know if that's really him and what happens after. Make sure to hope for it, though.
Will do. I'll be going now.
Have a good day, and thank you. What? Have you really come to my wedding? What the hell do you think you're doing? I never even asked for you to be at this wedding. You can say that, but I'm still your family. And I'm not here today, though, to shove that in your face. In terms of why I'm actually here, it's only to see the wedding, and that's it. Do you not understand English or something? Why would I ever invite you to my wedding when you're just some old hag? For what reason did you really come today, Grandma? There's no seat for you here, so get out, please.
Hey, Heidi. I think I've had enough of you. You and I are done.
Huh? What are you talking about? Have you finally gone off the deep end, you rotten apple?
This is your husband, Josh. And I have come to see my CEO and speak with her. And while I was talking with her, you happened to send her some very inappropriate messages. And my CEO, Kelsey, was kind enough to show them all to me.
Huh? Wait, what are you saying? Is this really you, Josh? Why would you be using my sister-in-law's cell phone right now?
After seeing what you've been saying to her, I asked to borrow her phone so that I could speak with you. And from what I've seen come out of your deranged head, I want you to come and apologize to her right now.
Huh? And I have no idea what's going on right now. Can you tell me what's actually going on right now? Heidi, this is me again. I just got my phone back from Josh. I'll be explaining everything to you now. What the hell are you talking about? Why are you and Josh acting like you know one another so well? Well, the company that Josh was accepted into happens to be the company that I run. Huh? You're kidding me, right? Wait, you've been a CEO? For real? And it makes sense that you're only learning about that now. Back when I'd gone to your parents' house to introduce myself and tell you all my career, you spilled hot tea all over my lap and then ran off. And you were never then able to hear about who I am and what I do. Well, I'm sure that something like that happened a while back. Wait, you haven't actually been showing Josh everything I've sent to you, right? Oh, I have been. Right now he's standing next to me, looking like a ghost after all he's read. I've heard from him that you talked all sorts of trash about me before to him and that you planned on cutting ties to me after the wedding, right? I did. Well, don't worry, because that's what I'm planning to do as well. So hey, let's cut all ties right now. I feel that at the point we're at now, that's really the only option. Well, that's fine by me. But that also means you'll be divorcing my brother right now, right? Nope. I've been having a wonderful time being your brother's wife. We would never think of splitting up just to please his bratty little sister. Really, we're just going to be cutting ties with you. Huh? I'm not okay with that now, actually. I meant that you leave my whole family when I said I'd cut ties with you. But in your case, you'll be out of your family's house once you're married. The only one getting kicked out of the family will be you, right? Why would I? Shut up, you old outsider. You really can't stop talking. Well, don't worry, because I've thought about that as well. If you're going to keep trying to stay around my family, then I'm going to cut ties with your husband as well and fire him from the company. Huh? Wait. Why? That has nothing to do with us, right? Oh, it has a whole lot to do with us. Your husband is going to be working for me. You wouldn't want that, right? That and this are two completely separate topics, though. Josh is so happy to have a job there right now. He is going to have a really good salary there, and I'll be able to become his housewife soon as well. Our marriage will be perfect as long as he has that job. That sounds too good to be true, don't you think? I'd really want to cut ties with me, but you also want your husband to work for me? But if he continues to work there for you, you'll one day give him your role and he'll get the company, right? So I think we can stay a family for a little while longer. What? Who do you think you are? You've told me so many times that you hate me. And after the amount of times I've had to deal with you, why would I ever make your husband the next CEO, allowing you to have a wonderful life? I get it. I don't want things to get out of hand. You're more than welcome to be at the wedding today, but just make sure to make Josh the next CEO. Hold on, what are you talking about, Heidi? You're asking for him to be the next CEO when I'm considering having him fired right now? You know that after this, you and I will never see one another again. So you should be happy that I'm covering all my bases. But that's taking things way too far. What did Josh ever do to deserve this? He married someone like you, is what he did. He doesn't seem to be smart enough to choose a good wife for himself. Do you think you can live a happy life married to him after this? There's no way you can do that. There's always the possibility that if you were to divorce Josh and come to me right now asking for forgiveness on your hands and knees, I let him keep his job. But just a second ago, you made it seem pretty clear that you would be fine without me around. Well, it doesn't matter now because I've already made up my mind to cut ties with you. So I don't care what happens to you both. You're kidding me, right? I was so happy to finally have the chance to be a housewife. Oh, my life is going to be ruined. Well, that's all thanks to your horrific attitude. Right now, Josh is pretty furious with you. I think by the way he's talking about you, your marriage to him won't last much longer. Your time is fleeting away very quickly, so you'd better get to work on changing your personality and making things right with him. After that, Josh was like a ticking time bomb ready to blow at any moment, and he called for Heidi to come and see him. And just as she walked up to him, he punched her square in the face, and things had become a whole lot more severe. This wasn't any small punch either, and it ended up giving her an instant black eye, and she was on the ground cold for a minute at least. And before Josh could do anything else, there were men that rushed to restrain him and keep him from doing any more harm to himself or her. The police were called to the wedding, where they ended up taking the both of them into custody as they needed to question the both of them on what had been going on inside their heads. And following this, their marriage went down the drain in no time. Of course, everyone in the family was also fed up with Heidi, and as she sat there playing the victim and asking for help, they all left and cut ties with her. But I'm sure that she'll be getting the help she needs in no time while she's in court having to fight Josh over what had happened to her and what had caused him to do such a thing. You can really only call this justice served after the way her ego got the best of her and made her say and do terrible things to Kelsey. And I'm sure that wherever Kelsey is now and whatever she's doing at this point, she'll be laughing for days to come about how Heidi ended up laying flat on the ground after all she'd done. Let's just all hope that she'll never have to see Heidi again, and that wherever Heidi's poor choices lead her, they don't lead her right back to Kelsey.